Hey everyone, welcome to today's devotional. My name is Paul. I'm the communications director here at Sun Valley. We're going to be in the second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 4, verses 17 through 18. And the Apostle Paul writes this: "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweigh them all," our troubles, that is. "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." Are you in the midst of pain or struggle or hurt or any kind of troubles right now? I feel like this verse does a really good job of helping give us comfort in that. But what does that mean practically? Well, I want to zero in on verse 18, where he says, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." And this just made me immediately zoom to, are there any parents out there with me? So I'm a parent. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And all of parenting is this in a nutshell. Everything we're pouring into our kids right now is for a future that is unseen but totally desired for our kids. And it made me think about one of these little micro moments we all have. And my youngest, who is 1, was sick just a little bit ago. And she had a 102-degree fever for about a day, and we were wondering what to do. So we set up a doctor's appointment for the next morning. But all that night, she was up every hour on the hour, just in pain and confusion. She couldn't sleep. Of course, when you're feeling that bad, who can? And I remember waking up about the 3rd or 4th time. It's 1 a.m. already. I've worked the next day, trying to figure out what to do. That jockey of mom and dad, who's going to go take care of now? And I got up, and I was sitting at the edge of my bed, and just exhausted and frustrated. And I remember almost prayerfully acknowledging, saying, "I know this won't last forever." But in that moment, it felt like it was going to. In that moment, I felt like that night was never going to end. And my trouble was never going to end, and my exhaustion was never going to end. Can you relate to that? And whatever you're going through, that it just feels like what you're going through will never end. But here, as the Apostle Paul says, he says, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen." Not on our momentary troubles, but actually our hope-filled future. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. And I got up with my daughter, and I picked her up out of her crib, sat in her chair, and I rocked her, and she passed out on my chest for about 3 or 4 hours, and we just laid there. And I was like, I'm just going to sleep in here, but I know this is not going to last forever. And it didn't miraculously make her better, or my time didn't change, but it helped lift a weight off of my mind of hopelessness and focusing on the hope of the future that will come. So today, be encouraged and be challenged. Whatever you're going through, maybe acknowledge the pain, but actually say to God, I know this will not last forever. You have a hope for me, a glorification of whatever pain I'm going through, that as I serve you, God, you will make all things right in this life or the next. As Chaz says, if it's not good, God's not done.